One of the new tall buildings in South America is the Titanium La Portada in Santiago, Chile. And with us are Abraham Senerman and his translator Patricio Mont, both from Titanium Inmobiliaria. And you are the building's owner and the building's architect, correct?
Yes.
We are here in Chicago in October of 2010, just barely 8 days after Los Mineros, the rescue of the miners, and I was one of those billions of people watching TV and just kind of watching them being pulled out of the ground, which was an amazing thing. What does that mean for your country?
They look now, ven al país distinto de antes. Hoy día nosotros hacemos esfuerzos para que Chile sea conocido como un país que vamos al desarrollo. El rescate de los mineros significa que estamos más cerca de que nos vean con mejor tecnología, con un gran espíritu de avance y con una lógica de protección a la vida humana. Se hicieron todos los esfuerzos sin saber cuál era el destino primero, con el objeto de salvar vidas. Y hoy día, en el mundo entero, estamos siendo reconocidos por el esfuerzo que se hizo y por el éxito que se obtuvo, teniendo como norte la ayuda de todo el mundo. Recibimos ayuda y la usamos para tener el éxito en la aventura que estábamos sosteniendo. Hay gente que hoy día Chile se ve con mayor optimismo. Es muy importante esto para el país también, que sabe que se pueden hacer cosas cuando todos se juntan. No hay oposición, gobierno. El gobierno hizo algo y recibió la ayuda de todo el país. Y eso es muy importante.
I think that this act of rebirth of 33 people that were kept for more than 2 months under the earth, it was something that united the whole country. The whole country was looking for these guys. The first 17 days we didn't have an idea if they were alive or dead. The government always bet that those people were going to have to be rescued even though they were dead. But they place a bet and they accept all of the technology the world offered them to make this work with a happy end. We know that NASA, for example, in the building of the shell where the people came through to the surface, was in some way done with the help of NASA. We know that the man that drilled the hole to achieve the point where the miners were was an American guy that lives here. We were very proud to see how the world was looking to this problem, and the government did a good job. And there was the country was united. There was not one party and the other party and the government and the opposition. No, only one country going ahead.
Here in America, sometimes we say that when a country has a great accomplishment that changes everything forever, that, for example, we went to the moon and we had our moon shot in 1969. Was this Chile's moon shot? Is this something that is forever changing the country going forward?
I think so. I think that Chile va a ser visto mejor que antes. Y eso ayuda mucho al país para que nos miren en un sentido progresista. Vamos a ir siempre tratando de hacer las cosas mejor. Y lo que es muy bueno, lo que ha dicho Patricio, es que el país entero se unió para poder avanzar hacia arriba. Y creemos que vamos a llegar a ser un país desarrollado. Chile es un país serio, Chile es un país que tiene muchas por venir, por su modo de ser. Es un país que está inserto, a pesar de estar en el fin del mundo, está queriendo insertarse en todo el mundo, tener una gran cobertura a nivel mundial y de ayuda, e insertarse como un gran país. Chile es un país de pocas personas, tiene solamente 17 millones de habitantes, pero nosotros estamos pensando en ser un país desarrollado en corto plazo.
Our country is 17 million inhabitants. It is a very small country. Many places in America are bigger than our whole country. But this, as you said, this was like your moonshot
Very good
for
shot.
our country. It was the step we need to place our country in the world and tell them, okay, we are a little country, but we can do things seriously, and here you have a place where you can come, make business, and it's a sure country, very, very transparent in what we do here. And there was something that was very important. You had all the cameras of the world looking to Chile.
1 billion people.
1.6 billion people looking this. There was a chance of a bad end, but the government said we are going to do whatever the final things is gone.
Lo necesario para llegar. En todo caso, para nosotros como marketing de país, en una cosa de este tipo, como usted muy bien menciona, es un futuro muy gratificante para los habitantes de este país, haber terminado con éxito operación que ya hemos sido vistos por gran parte del mundo, y hoy día Chile es conocido más que antes, y es un gran punto a favor.
No.
Okay. Moving into the future, Titanium La Portada is one of the tallest buildings in South America, so here is a symbol of Chile moving forward, and already since the building has opened, it has withstood a huge earthquake, so it's already had its trial by fire. Tell me about the building and its design, and La Portada, I guess, is the stone gateway off the shore of Chile, is that right? Where did the name of the building come from, and what's the concept behind it?
No, the name of the building is only because we are looking for a material that's light and power. The building, I designed the building thinking in the future. La Portada es muy importante como punto de la ciudad. Queríamos hacer un ícono, una referencia a la ciudad, y el edificio está diseñado de tal manera de enfrentar bien los vientos, de tener una exposición bastante clara que se vea de todo Santiago. Y queríamos hacer un edificio emblemático. Yo había proyectado junto con mi equipo cerca de 10 edificios en el sector, que son los más altos de Santiago. Y esta es la culminación de un trabajo de nuestra oficina, para poner en órbita, me atrevería a decir yo, una nueva visión de Santiago. Y esto creo que se ha conseguido. El edificio se ve bien, está muy bien expuesto frente a los pasos a la diseño de las avenidas, etcétera. Maneja una base muy bonita para la ciudad también, y también hemos complementado con lo que estamos desarrollando al frente, Parque Titanium, para hacer un parque junto con este edificio. El mismo grupo inmobiliario hizo este edificio, está haciéndolo al frente, junto conmigo con mi grupo como arquitectura y la parte inmobiliaria, y creemos estar creando un nuevo símbolo para la ciudad. Ese es el objetivo. Las plantas, los pisos muy limpios, los accesos son fáciles. La tecnología de ascensores es de última generación, ascensores de 7 metros por segundo en algún sector. Y hemos sido recibidos con gran aceptación de la ciudad, en el sentido de que el edificio se hizo para renta y se está arrendando, hay a más del 60% arrendado en menos de un año, así que es un éxito también desde el punto de vista inmobiliario.
In relation to your question about the building itself, this is an iconic project for a company. The building was, here in Chile we didn't have any experience on tall buildings, high buildings construction. So in some way we had to use the technology that was offered for us to do it. For example, we had to test the building on the wind tunnel. We take the maquette, the model to London, and when it was tested in London, we did all the things that we had to do in order to assure us that this building is going to be a good building and work in the way it was designed.
Usamos la más alta tecnología que teníamos en el país. Fue diseñado por profesionales chilenos de gran categoría a mi juicio, y fuimos un éxito. Tomamos asesorías en algunos puntos, como Joseph Colaco en estructura, como asesor de Estados Unidos, pero gran cantidad de profesionales chilenos, tecnología de punta, fue elaborada por el grupo que me asesoraba, por formación a través de todo el mundo. Y nuevamente, dado la prueba que tuvimos, que fue espantosa, tengo el honor de decir que el edificio es perfecto. Es un edificio sustentable, Green Building, el primer edificio alto Green Building en Chile, y que tengo entendido que está siendo aceptado hoy día o estos días para darle la certificación final. Es muy importante para nosotros y para el grupo desarrollador tener en vista la calidad de gente que va a vivir dentro del edificio, así como la gente que en su entorno exterior. Eso nos lleva a mantener la esperanza de que el edificio cumpla con todos los desarrollos que hicimos, sustentable, recuperación de energía, recuperación eléctrica, uso y fuentes adecuados de agua, materiales muy especiales, y dio el resultado final que todos conocemos y que se ve, a mi juicio, ya tiene un muy buen nombre dentro del país. Supera la parte de Chile, creo yo, hoy día.
Part of the question that I didn't translate to you was why of the name of La Portada. La Portada, translated into English, is the gate. It's the gate because in that part of the city you see two big hills, and there's a narrow path of the river in that point. That's why it's named La Portada. It's the gate of one part of the city to another one. Abraham has developed what is known in Chile as the Sanhattan. And the Sanhattan is a lot of roughly 10 buildings. 7 of them were projected and built by Abraham, and it's what is a real today, the real business center of Chile. Yeah? The historical downtown remains as a government place and has moved here to this place that was developed by Abraham since 1982
until today.
What is the state of Chile right now in its kind of coming of age in the world economy? Is it reaching kind of a critical mass today in terms of how it's going to participate in the world economy and that it needs this business center? Are there other business centers, or is this kind of a pioneer project in that regard?
I will answer for him. You know, our country is 17 million inhabitants. This is a small market. But what we are looking for is to establish our country as the point where other countries can come and achieve from there other countries of the South American economy. And that's our task. We know that we are small, but we can ensure to the people that come to Latin America that here is a place sure secure to work and to live.
La apuesta de que Chile se convierta en el centro de operaciones de una gran parte de Sudamérica, por la calidad profesional de su gente, por la calidad del gobierno que tenemos, no solo sino que tener el respeto a las reglas internacionales. Y es un país limpio, en el sentido de que puedes tener gran ayuda para los países vecinos, es de buen nivel de socioeconómico, tienen buena calidad de vida, por lo tanto aspiramos a ser el centro de un sector importante de Latinoamérica.
What I said, that Chile wants to be on the future the center of Latin America in order to give a place for other countries to come here and work for the rest of America from there.
You touched on it before, in right before the building officially opened, you had an 8.8 magnitude earthquake there, which really kind of put the building to the test, and the building functioned magnificently in that earthquake. Tell me about that experience and what you saw the building go through.
Okay, it was roughly at 3 o'clock in the morning, so no one was there. We have the information of people that were working on the neighborhood, and they saw how the building moved. Actually, that building with this system of dissipators moves only 40 centimeters per side, and in 5 seconds came back to the vertical. I must tell you that one of the problems that we had with Abraham, for example, my secretary, that didn't want to work on the 52nd floor, and we had to make a special paper made by the engineers about how does this building move in accordance to another building that has not this system. These buildings move the same that the common building moves on floor 11th. So we are accustomed to earthquakes. We know how earthquakes come. But, for example, when we see these 800 meters altitude buildings and residential in Chile, for sure it will be very difficult to convince people to go there and work or live. It's different when you have no earthquake than when you have earthquake.
Nosotros ocupamos la oficina más alta, la del piso 52. Y yo estuve en la mañana del terremoto, 20 minutos después que sucedió, yo llegué al edificio, porque teníamos el deseo de saber cómo se había comportado. Yo he construido cerca de 10 edificios en el sector, revisamos todos, no tuvimos daño. Y fue una satisfacción, no la forma de probar un edificio que no nos satisface a nadie, probar un edificio con un terremoto, pero gracias a Dios Chile y sus profesionales sacaron la mejor nota posible, porque los daños producidos en el país con un terremoto de esa envergadura fueron mínimos. Y en mi caso personal, ninguno. De tal manera que quedamos orgullosos de nuestros profesionales, de nuestras reglas, y que se respeten de tal manera que fue un daño menor que hubiera sucedido esto con otros sistemas de construcción, otras reglas, otras formas profesionales de controlar. Así que yo cuando llegué ahí a las 3 de la mañana, fue realmente un espectáculo digno de verse cómo iba llegando la gente a mirar el edificio desde afuera, a ver si había pasado algo. A las 9 de la mañana habían decenas de personas mirando, no tuvimos daño.
Abraham was at the building 20 minutes after the first shake has finished, and he could see by himself that there was no problem. But I know that some people, they had told us, were looking to see if the building was bumped or was still straight.
Or a little bit.
Well, this must be a good selling point for you because now the building has been through this and people know that it still stands. So is it easier to sell a building like this in Chile now that this is?
Before. We sell to a company before.
It was sold.
We sold 80% of the building before. The last 20% is between my partner, myself, and a lawyer company. That's it. But really, we are very proud to see that we have no damage at all. And the renting place is now very good, and the people, as you say, they want to stay in that building.
As you said, this thing, together with the 33 miners that came from the mine, tells that in Chile things can be done in a good form. And that's very confident for us to say, okay, here we can do things well. And that's what we're looking for. Abraham has been working in this since, he has 2 million square meters developed in Chile. That's a huge amount of square meters. And one of the first preoccupations he has is to go one step ahead of the rest of the developers in order to introduce new technology and new improvements for the buildings.
Green buildings, and you understand me, we must look forward.
Well, welcome, bienvenidos a Chicago. Welcome to Chicago, and you've had a wonderful month, a wonderful victory for Chile, and a wonderful building looking forward. And mucho gusto. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.